And hello. Welcome, everybody. It's WASD 20 Live. We're playing Icewind Dale Rime Reason with these fabulous gentlemen. Fizwick Will cannot be with us tonight, but he'll be joining us once again next time, so we'll carry on with... Michael will be helping me out by running Fizz in a non-life-threatening way, is what I've instructed him. And is what Will hopes for, of course, too. So, hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hope wherever you are, you're doing well and staying healthy and all that stuff. We are in the caves of chaos, or in caves of chaos, no, caves of hunger. There we go. So we'll be picking up there very shortly, but before we get back into the gameplay, I want to thank our sponsor, Hero Forge. Hero Forge is an awesome way to create your characters, bring them to life. Yes, these lovely tokens you see here on screen, even the DM, which Michael made for me. Thank you, Michael. They're all created in Hero Forge. The tokens that you see on our map as well. Yeah, it's just one of the I think it is the best way to bring the character that you envision in your mind to life in full 3D and color form. And you can, of course, have a 3D printed miniature shipped to your house based on your character. And
in metal, if you'd like.
In metal, in plastic, in clear plastic material, painted or unpainted. They even have a 3D printed color technology, which is just incredible. And of course, you can download tokens if you're a subscriber, get into their photo booth options, so things like you see on the thumbnail for our video. So if you're starting a D&D campaign and you want to create characters with your party, I think it's a great way to go. Check out heroforge.com.
You know
cool.
what? I think since it's 2022,
yeah.
I think the chat needs to know about all of, or we need to know about the chat's RPG-related New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What do you want to play? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I like that. Yeah, RPG-related goals for 2022. What you got? You gonna Dungeon Master for the first time? You can do it. Yeah, let us know. New game you want to play. Anyway, Lance says, non-life-threatening way? Can't be running Fizwick. Won't be Fizwick. Yeah, Fizwick's put himself in harm's way a little bit, but, you know, last session he played it cautious. I think I put the fear of God into him when with that fireball spell 2 sessions ago.
Hey, we're playing D&D. The fear of gods is how that
there we go. The fear of the gods into him. That's right. Cool. Well, gentlemen, how are you all doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Very well.
Good. You ready to kill some things or possibly get killed?
No.
Only about the former, I hope.
Second one.
All right, cool. Well, where last we left, I had actually had a minor mess up, but so remind me we have to get to the chest in the tower that I said there was nothing in there. Anyway, our players have entered the caves of hunger. They finally found the Codicil of White, this the Rime of the Frost Maiden, a poem that was in there. I believe Nikos recited that, and they gained entrance into this frozen waterfall, essentially, that opened before them. And they've entered this vast cave complex. The end goal, to find the lost city of Ythrin, which was a part of the Netherese Empire. The city of Ythrin was said to have floated in the sky via ancient and incredible magic and technology, but the empire fell as empires usually do. And this one plunged itself into the Reghed Glacier. So the players are exploring remnants of it and hoping to get to the city itself, because they are told that magical treasures of extremely powerful nature could still be there, remnants of the extremely high magic of the Netherese Empire that could perhaps even help the party defeat the Frost Maiden or end the everlasting winter that the Frost Maiden has imposed on the 10 Towns and Icewind Dale. So, here we are. You guys, after exploring the ruins of this tower here, do find a chest. It appears to be latched shut. You don't see a visible lock, but there is ice just kind of encrusting it. And, you don't even have access to the latch. You can see it through the ice just barely. What would you like to do?
I lost my ice shaping abilities, but I haven't lost my thumping abilities. Can I bang on it to see if I can break the ice from the ice shell from around it?
Absolutely. Oh, you know what? It would help if I had my adventure book. I think I left it upstairs. I've got 2 copies of this thing. Hold on.
Rime of the Frost Maiden, sponsored by
Jeez,
Hero
Nate.
Food.
Come on. I ran up there to heat up my tea. Okay, sorry guys. I'll be right back, and I'll tell you the DC for that breaking the ice.
He's a real DM, people, we promise. Hey, kids!
That's perfect.
While we're waiting, let's play a game!
Yeah.
Can you guess the exact hue of red that Michael's earbuds are?
Oh gosh, I love it. All right, what do we got here? First time creating a homebrew world for my group. Hoping it's interesting enough for them, says Dale. To continue to drive Michael crazy.
Is that a resolution, or is that
Completely crazy, maybe?
continuing ambition? Because that, if you're already being successful at it, just keep it up.
It's true.
And that also presumes that I wasn't already crazy. I mean,
Oh, that's fair.
it's like one of those things. Like it's like you know nothing of madness, and then I just show them my streaming schedule, and then it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like, yeah.
It's true.
For you, crazy is normal. So if you drive him sane, then
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and Lance Talk's a big game. He's a big softie. He is.
And he says crazy with Motley. Is this his character in your campaign or something?
Yeah. So he's playing a human bard who has vitiligo, because that's something you can do in Hero Forge, which is very cool.
Nice.
His very, very first game, he ended up finding a giant, and it was really unfortunate because one of the other players was just like winding it up, and just as it was kind of on that teetered edge, Motley said something that pissed it off, and he just went. And it was a level 1 versus a CR 5.
Yeah.
did he go flat?
He didn't instantly get killed, thankfully, because it rolled very low. But he made it. Did some creative GMing there. I will admit.
Little Motley Poo and his whatever.
I like that rhymes with Motley Crue. Good stuff. All right. Well, thank you for sharing some of your gaming-related New Year's resolutions. Okay. So, tucked inside the attic's spire, there is a wooden chest with a sliding bolt that's held fast by frost and ice. Yeah, you managed to chip away the ice, Dranyaj, but it's still holding pretty fast. Just
Dranyaj, you can always just move out of the way, and I can cast bonfire! Burn, burn, burn!
Oh, burn it! If there's papers inside.
And yeah, Fizwick's gonna set fire to the lock.
Okay. Yeah, it
don't
seems
really
to
know
melt
what to do with that.
further ice away. Dranyaj, your hands are now on fire. No, I'm kidding. Any open flame should do the trick, so it is now accessible. Do you
Right.
open said chest?
I do. I kick it open because it's smoldering.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And inside there are
Ashes
2
of the
potions
document.
of healing. And my
alright.
friends, these are superior
Oh,
healing potions.
John Yash, there's something else in here. It's, oh, that's for you. You can keep that.
Get along.
All right. So, 2 bottles inside. There are also some other bottles that appear to be broken, just glass shards of the remains, but 2 of them are intact and contain potions of superior healing. Who wants to take those, or who will? How will you divide them up?
Is this before or after Nikos went down the pit?
Yeah, I'll let you say. Nikos did, for those who are viewing, Nikos did fly down this chute, this tunnel, if you will.
I feel like I
but-
explored that tower like as soon as we entered the room. So
Yeah,
it must have been before.
probably before.
Yeah, I would have gone straight for the pit, so I'd probably already be down there then.
Okay, yep. All right, so maybe Grukvar take 1 and Dranyaj take 1, since you guys are the only 2 players remaining there.
Fizwick is there too, but I'm gonna offer.
You know what? I'll give that one to Fizwick because he I remember last game he was really jonesing for healing potions.
Hey, I was gonna offer them both.
drank
to
quite a
you
few.
Since you're the cleric.
No, I can heal myself.
Okay.
I'll just
Position
make a
heal
note of
thyself.
that for Fizwick. Potion
I
of
can put it on his D&D Beyond sheet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Oh, actually, no, I can't because I can't edit it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just write it down. No big deal. Excellent. So, you guys have seen Nikos down this tunnel here, and he is out here. Nikos, where last we left you, the water was stirring. There was movement, and there is steam rising from it. It is warm. You can feel the warmth from where you are. I'm assuming you're still kind of hovering above in the air.
Yeah. So Nikos is sort of billowing cape, thanks to the rising steam in this area. Now, with what I caught as a glimpse of something moving around in the water, can I tell how big it is roughly? Am I looking at like a long serpentine thing, or like something about the size of a person underwater?
You can't really tell, like, it doesn't look like a person, but you don't see any shape per se, but you see movement from many parts of the pool, like the water is just kind of being stirred almost.
Okay. I'm going to try and cast my mind outwards with Detect Thoughts to see if I can pick up anything inside the water.
How does that work if there is no person or sentient being per se?
If it's not a person or a sentient creature, then I imagine, unless it didn't have a mind at all, or if it has an intelligence score of 3 or lower, it doesn't have any effect.
Okay, let me check here. Yeah, you, Yeah, you don't detect any particular thoughts. Maybe you get a feeling of calm a little bit. Yeah.
Okay,
a
but no
feeling of
like
calm.
senses of hunger or aggression or anything like that.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, and definitely no intelligent thought.
No, only really like an emotion of calm, perhaps. Yep.
All right. Can I see these bones lying around clearly everywhere?
Yes, you do see some bones. It is dark, but with your superior dark vision, you're able to make out pretty clearly the remains of various creatures.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to float around a little bit. I'm going to stay in this chamber, but I'm going to do a circuit around the edges, just following the wall around the pools of water, and just kind of keeping my eye out and just like, seeing how they respond to motion. So I want to, as I sort of swing around, the way I'd like to move is this way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oops, I disappeared.
Yeah, let me reveal that for you.
Did we go down there, guys? I mean, he's been down there for a few minutes.
Let's slowly follow him. Let's head towards where he went.
Can we slowly follow, or is it like a...
Well,
So
That's
it
what I
is
like to
pretty
do.
steep.
That's my preference of movement. Nice and
But,
slow.
I mean, I went down as you were approaching the tower, so I mean, I would have had time to do some stuff down here.
Yeah.
The entryway from where we are, is it just like a hole that we jump into and it slides like a chute? Because I'm
I'm
not
doing
flying
the wrong
like
thing.
Nikos is.
Oh gosh, I'm doing the wrong thing, guys. Sorry.
Ah!
I can't remember how to use Owlbear Rodeo.
Things with stuff.
Nikos, you flew from the outset, right? You flew down into the tube, so I'm not even sure if I just jump in there, if I'll just slide like it's a trash chute.
Yeah, it's slick ice and it is quite steep. So you get the impression that there is no walking on this. It is simply sliding, or you could be creative with other things. But Nikos, that's what you see. You see another pool, and you see a tunnel going, two other tunnels essentially that you can see there, and as well as another chamber. And yeah.
All right. And once I get to about here, I want to pick up a bone and throw it in the water and just see what happens if I disturb the water.
Yeah. You see the water start to, so you just toss a bone, sploosh, in the water. The water starts to kind of tremble a little bit and stirs more quickly. And bursting forth from the water, a creature comes careening. It's just a blue blur, something akin to the mingling of a worm, centipede, and dragon. This beast moves in a bewildering serpentine patterns. It's dozens of legs hurtling it forward, just kind of out of the water, almost in a circular motion, little legs. Wing-like membranes grow along the beast's sides, unfurling, probing for prey or obstruction in the path. And it sees you, Nikos. And let's roll initiative.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping it's not a behir, but it's also it sounds like a tatzelworm.
It is, and I'll show you the token here. It's kind of hard to do a token for a serpentine creature.
Oh!
But there it
yeah.
is.
Okay. Yeah, that is. I know what that is. I don't like that.
Okay, so essentially it kind of has gone like around the pool a little bit, probing, and then it comes face to face with you there-ish, and that is where we roll initiative. Now, Ryan and Alex, you guys can roll initiative too. And Michael, you can roll for Fizwick if you'd like, or Fizwick will just go on your turn. We'll just keep it simple. That's cool.
Cool. All right.
Could we have heard that from where we were if we were sort of probing on the outside of that tunnel?
Yeah, you definitely would have. Sound carries very quickly in here, so you definitely would have heard a loud screeching noise and a lot of water splashing.
Okay.
Oh, come on, D&D
So-
Beyond.
That is 9 for me.
Okay.
And Fizwick.
Nice. All right, and you guys?
8.
Okay. And Ryan? Oh, I think you might be muted.
Sorry, 26 for me.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Dronyage will go first. And
Plus
then we
7
will...
initiative.
Then we will have Grukvar. I'm sorry, then we will have Nikos and Fizwick. And then we will have Grukvar, and lastly, this creature. All right. So, Dranyaj, you hear the sounds, a loud screeching noise, and the splash of water. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna jump in and then try to use my axes to kind of slow my descent by scraping them along the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make a strength check just to see how successful you are in that.
22.
All right. Yeah, you managed to control yourself pretty well. And I would say within, on your turn, you managed, within 6 seconds of your turn, you managed to get basically right to where Nikos was at the bottom of the chute. Okay? So you won't have any action left per se, but you can be right about there if you want to be.
Cool.
And you see this large blue serpentine creature with many legs. All right, that brings us to anything else you'd like to do as a bonus action or anything, Dranya?
I suppose so. How large are we talking?
I would say that you can probably see a good 15, 20, yeah, I would say 20 feet of this thing out of the water, and there's more in the water.
Okay, I'm going to rage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And Grukvar. Oh, sorry, Nikos and Fizwick's turn, actually.
All right. Fizwick is going to jump into the pit and slide down on his rear end with his bow and arrow at the ready as he goes. Whee!
And is he going to try to stop himself at the bottom? It looks like Fizwick, without any brakes, would probably plunge into the warm water.
Look, Fizwick doesn't know that there's warm water. And to be fair, to play in the spirit of Fizwick, I don't believe he would be slowing himself down. I think he'd be enjoying the slide at its fullest.
I think that is accurate. All right, so Fizwick is now in the water.
Well, actually, could I potentially petition that he would either A, go into the back of Dronyaj's legs,
I think he went through my legs.
B, do the skipping stone thing where he sort of and tries to bounce off the surface because he's small.
Absolutely. Or he could try to land on the back of this creature too. That's another option.
Or yes, that was my third one. Or he lands on the back of the creature.
So yeah, which would you favor? We could make a dexterity check for one of the second two options, or
I like the skipping stone. Stone. I think that'd just be really funny and cool.
Let's do it. All right. So Fizwick is going to try to skip across the water, essentially. So go ahead and make a dexterity check.
All three of us, the monster included, just stop what we're doing and watch this little green thing.
Yeah, Dranya is just right next to you. Is just speeding green ball of goblin.
All right, that is a 12.
Okay. I would say Fizwick manages to cling to the bank of the other side, but is not skipping out of the water per se, but clinging to the bank of the other side here. Okay.
All right.
Oh. Safe.
All right. Now it is Grukvar's. Oh, sorry, Nikos. You
Yes.
still have to do your thing.
Yeah, Nikos is going to make this nice and easy. I'm going to, as a move action, sort of hover over to it. I'm going to try and get above it. And then I'm going to stunning pulse it directly in the head downwards. Now, the stunning pulse is my latent ability, and it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, man. Okay. Not the brightest creature in the world. I mean, I don't know why, but my thing is not working on D&D Beyond. Okay, I got a 12. Then we'll subtract 3. So that is 9.
Fail.
Yeah.
It will fail. It takes 12 points of psychic damage and is stunned.
Okay.
At the end of each of its turn, it may attempt to remove the stun with another saving throw.
Nice. Okay. Oh man, what do I have to do? Oh, I see. I have to click the run encounter button. I get it now. Nate, you're a dummy. All right. There it is. Okay. And okay. So, sorry, what was the last part you said? It will repeat the saving throw and it is stunned?
Yeah.
Okay.
It repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay. All right. It will continue to try to make that saving throw, and but it is not stunned, or
It is stunned.
it is stunned. Okay. So stunned creature can't move, can't speak, and automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. And any attacks you guys roll against it will have advantage. So remember that. Okay.
Yep.
As long as it's stunned.
The DC is 14 in case you want to.
Yep, that'll make things faster. Thank you. Okay. Very good. Anything else you'd like to do, Nikos?
I've flown up and I've moved over to it and I've blasted it. Bonus action? I don't think I need to do anything here. I think I'm pretty good.
All right. Very good. That brings us to Grukvar.
Grukvar offers his shield to Velen at the edge of the precipice and holds on to the back of it with one hand and then holds his warhammer in the other, and then her weight pulls them both over the edge, slide down that chute, and then he's trying to use his warhammer strategically to slow their descent from moving too fast.
All right. So let's see. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
23.
That is a success. You and Velen managed to kind of slow yourself enough that you are right there next to Dronyaj.
Okay.
All right. Anything you'd like to do as a bonus action?
Let's see. I will try to. I will lift up my shield and I will. Can I do a? Maybe I can't. Can I do a cantrip as a bonus action? Is that?
If it is
that-
castable as a bonus action, I think some spells are like healing word, or I don't know. There's certain spells that say casting time bonus action.
You know what? I'm just gonna survey the scene. I'm gonna survey the scene.
Yep. Very good. So yes, you see the creature and your allies surrounding it. All right.
About how big is the creature?
So you can see about 20 feet of it out of the water at this time,
Oh, okay.
of length. And I would say, it's the thickness, as large as Dronyaj could put his arms around almost.
Okay.
Yeah. So. All right. That brings us to the beast. And let's see. Seeing Nikos right in front of it, it is going to attempt. Go ahead.
It's stunned.
Oh, okay, so it. Oh, incapacitated. Yep. So incapable of taking actions, right? Yep.
Yep.
All right. So it is going to repeat its saving throw. Yeah, I missed the incapacitated part. I only read the other things. All right. So
How convenient.
it is an intelligence saving throw. Yes.
Yep.
All right.
And if he's got a -3, it means you need to roll a
Yeah,
17.
17. Nope, he fails. So, as he's going to fail his saving throw, you also see out of the pool below a smaller version of that coming out of the water right here.
Oh, it's a mummy.
Baby beastie.
And you also notice that in the pool, as it has kind of floated to the top, there are a number of what appear to be eggs floating above the surface. And I'll show you guys a picture here so you can appreciate the beauty of this creature. Stunning beauty. Let's see. There we go. So that's kind of awesome. The scene there. You see it beginning to kind of glow orange. And you can feel, Nikos, the heat emanating from this creature itself. You also notice that the tunnel you slid down appears to be only a little bit bigger than the girth of this creature. Okay,
so this creature probably has been the one making the tunnels and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could probably deduce that.
And Nikos will take a moment and sort of reach into the mind of the others and basically say, I do not think we need to kill these things. We have stumbled into its nest. If we move quickly, we should be able to move past it before it awakens.
All right. And the second one here, the little one, is going to attack you with...
What's its reach? Because I'd be 10 foot above the ground.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question here.
Only because it looks my sized.
Yeah. The size is large.
Okay, yeah, so I'd be within range for that. That's
Yeah, I think if it gets up on its legs a little bit, it would be able to reach you. So, it is going to attack you with a bite, and that is a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And that is its turn. It has kind of reached out, and this one is almost completely out of the pool of water now. All right. That brings us to Dranyage.
So the big one is incapable of moving, right?
Yeah, it appears to be stunned.
Okay. So how... What's the scale here? What is each square?
5 feet.
Okay.
And you could probably get to, if you wanted to attack part of it, Ryan, you could definitely get to, we'll just paint a little picture here. You know, it's kind of like this probably.
Okay. So I've heard what Nikos has said. So I'm gonna yeah, let me check something here.
Yep, no problem. And Nikos and Fizwick will be next, so be thinking about what you will have them do, Michael. And then
Okay, so
Gruffbar.
what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna dash close to this little fella as I can, and then I'm going to. How can I gauge like how deep the pool is? Like if I were to run around the edge, could I still stand like up to my knees or something?
You would plunge over your head if you... Well, I shouldn't say that.
Like
You can try. You can't see.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to point out it's boiling water.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's boiling, but there's definitely... Like, it's not bubbling visibly.
Well, if it's
But it's
steaming.
It is steaming for sure.
But it wouldn't take much to steam in a frozen cave. But
Really?
okay, I'm gonna try to get really close to here, and I'm gonna try to use my dredge line to pull the little one away from Nikos, which is strength. It needs to make a strength save of 13.
Okay. So the young one... let's see. Strength. That is a 12 it rolled.
All right, so I pull it 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
And I think Wait, actually, you know what? I have my move. Never mind. I didn't need to dash. So my movement. So for my action, can I just use like a kind of an unarmed strike to kind of push it back into the water, or try to push it back into the water?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we could just do a strength saving throw to push it back into the water. Or a strength check, rather. Opposed strength check.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that, and I'll roll for the
Oh boy,
young
that was
one.
good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
go for it.
12.
Okay, I rolled an 18, so...
I'm at least, I guess, in physical contact with it, trying to move it, but I can't do anything else. So.
Yep. All right. Very good. Anything else you'd like to do?
That pretty much I'm spent.
Okay, Fizwick and Nikos. Oh, I think you're
Nikos
muted.
is going
There you
to
go.
stunning pulse the baby.
All right.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yep.
Now, I know it's a homebrew rule for some tables, but is there a way to measure your attack? Like, if I choose to do minimum damage?
You mean you want to hold back a little bit on it?
Yeah.
Essentially? Yeah. I would allow that.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. I will go for the pulse, but I will hold back if it fails its save and only do 4 damage as opposed to 4d6.
Okay. Yeah, it did roll a natural 20 on its saving throw, intelligence saving throw. So, that makes
Sounds
for a
tough,
16.
16 is enough to overcome it.
Okay.
All right. Can I do anything with my sorcery points to help with that? Probably not. Sorcery points, flexible casting, tree a spell. No. Alright. Well, it appears as though the little one has fight. Maybe Fizwick could capture it. No. Actually, are there Remoraz eggs in the water?
Are there others where?
Are there the Remoraz eggs in the water?
Oh, the eggs are floating in the top of the water, yes.
Oh, Fizwick will absolutely grab one.
Okay. Yep. You managed to grab one, that's just floating right next to him. He doesn't even need to swim. And,
Yep, and then he'll jump out, and I'll have him
Oops.
move away.
Okay. Yep. So you can, use, we'll say like another 20 feet of movement. Some was spent getting out of the water and grabbing the egg, so another 20 feet if you'd like to move a little more.
Yeah. Did Fizwick have an eagle or a hawk?
He does have a hawk, yes.
Can the
hawk
hawk
familiar.
try a strength check to pull the Remoraz into the water?
Ooh. I mean, it's a normal-sized hawk, but...
Yeah. I mean, more just to like lift it, like grab it by the like antennae and sort of fly it backwards to kind of help with Dronyage's.
Yeah, sure. It has a strength modifier of -3, and you can go for it.
All right, -3. Oh, not bad. That's a 15.
Okay, and I roll an 8 plus 4 is 12. So, the hawk just kind of does this swoop, digs its claws in, and manages to lift the Remoraz pretty much back into the water. Maybe it's just hanging onto the ledge there. The young one. All right.
Nice.
Cool. Anything else Fizwick or Nikos would like to do?
Oh yeah, Nikos will use this opportunity to move away as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll move into this area here.
Okay. Very good. And okay, that brings us to Grukvar. So Grukvar, you see Fizwick grabbing an egg, running out of the pool. You see Nikos also retreating into the next chamber, and you see Dronyage engaged kind of between the two Remorazes here.
Actually, just to add a little bit of lovely drama to Fizwick, can I have it so that Fizwick makes a stealth check to try and sneak the egg?
absolutely. Yeah.
Because I think that'd be fun for Will to come back and be like, I have a what now?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand or stealth?
Just go with stealth.
Okay.
There's
Alright.
pretty high stealth modifier.
Yes. 21 is the target number.
You
Okay.
have to invest in a very large aquarium, I think, at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you get the impression that there probably would be people who would pay a lot for this thing too.
Is this how big is this egg? Like, is this egg like would he put it under a shirt and look like a pregnant Fizwick? Or-
Yeah, it's like larger than a football for sure.
Oh, boy.
It is probably a good,
Beach ball size.
you know, yeah, a good beach ball size. Yes. Fizwick is, you know, not gonna be able to fire his bow right now. We'll say that. Yeah.
Walking backwards, he'd look like an egg with green legs.
Yes. All right, Grukvar, what would you like to do?
So the water's melted because this creature's really hot, right? Its body is doing that.
Yeah, you get that impression that I mean,
steam's
you,
like rising off of his body and everything. That's what
Mhm.
indicate it's hot. Is it melting where it's standing?
you can see it like slowly melting parts of that, but not like, oh no, Dranyaj is just gonna fall in, sort of melting or anything like that.
Okay.
But you definitely, and you can even see like this glowing orange nature from this thing.
Would it be like touching an oven if I touched this creature? I mean, is it like, or touch the top of a stove?
You don't know at this point.
Okay.
No, but you do. That's why he was asking.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot, guys. So we'll just say this. Clay, you actually did take 7 fire
Oh, he doesn't
damage.
exist anymore.
I'm sorry, Dranyaj takes 7 fire damage. You took 7 fire damage when you tried to push it into the water. So, yes, you would see Dranyaj reacting with like, ow.
Okay.
I don't say ow.
You don't say ow, but you get the impression that it was not a comfortable shove.
Okay. Grupvar is going to curse these creatures under his breath, just to increase their chances of attacking any of us. So both of those Remorazes need to make charisma checks, charisma saving throws.
Oh, they're very charismatic. Don't underestimate a Remoraz.
Okay.
They can sell you anything.
Oh my gosh, literally D&D Beyond is like breaking right now. I have the 7 and the 15 both lit up. I'm gonna re-roll.
Those aren't bad rolls.
It's not. Okay, I got a 16, minus 3 is 13 for the young one.
That's a failure.
Okay, and the large is going to be charisma. Natural 20, minus 3 is 17.
All right. Well, it only works on the baby then. But basically, anytime that baby tries to attack, you need to roll a d4 to subtract that from the attack roll. Same thing with a saving throw.
Okay. Yep.
And then Valen is going to cast Animate Dead if there are any humanoid skeletons around.
Oh, yeah. There are.
Okay.
One springs to life right in this location.
I'm gonna upcast that, and if there's 2 possibly.
Sure, we can say there's 2 there.
Okay. And then she tells them to loiter and hopefully create a distraction. And then both myself and Velen will depart.
Yeah, one of them leans up against the wall and pretends to be smoking a cigarette.
The other builds a bus stop out of the snow.
All right, cool. So yeah, the 2 skeletons kind of crackle to life from the remains around this pit here, And yeah, anything else you'd like to do here, Grukvar?
No, but just both myself and Valen move as far as we can along the outside of the wall here towards the members of the group that have already left.
Okay, yep. So I would say probably 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably right, about there. I would say is where you could get on this turn. Okay, cool. All right, that brings us to the large one, which is going to make its intelligence saving throw.
That at the beginning of its turn or at the end?
Well, that's a good question. Nikos, is this the beginning of its turn? It makes this throw?
It makes the saving throw at the end of its turn.
Okay, yeah, so it won't be able to do anything even if it makes it on this turn, but it rolled a 13, it needs a 14, so it failed. And the young one is going to attack Dranyaj, but it will have disadvantage on the attack. Is that correct, Alex?
Subtract a D4.
Subtract a D4 roll from.
Subtract a D4 roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, so it is going to attack. Young
Would it have disadvantage? Because it's basically grappled between the hawk and myself.
Yeah, I would assume the hawk would
officially
let
grappled,
go after because the heat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And it fails its attack. So, yeah, it misses you, Clay. You just managed to easily kind of step out of the way.
Okay.
All right. And that brings us to Dranyaj. It is your turn.
My desire would be to another unarmed strike, but to not kick it, but shove it back into the water away from me with my boot.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and...
I'm gonna This is Sparta it.
Yep.
That is a 15 to hit.
Okay. So I'm gonna say if you wanna push it into the water, it would be like an opposed strength check again.
Oh, okay.
And it would fail that. You win that contest. You do take another 5 fire damage, even through the thick hide of your boots.
Okay. So as it moves farther away from me now, I'm going to use the rest of my turn to 5, 10. Well, actually, how far away did I push it from me?
I would say you pushed it down below the surface of the water for a moment at least.
Out of combat range?
Yeah, probably out of melee range, yep.
Okay. 5, 10. All right, I'm going to come up here to stand by Fizwick and join the party of those moving away.
Yeah. As you guys are standing around this particular pool, you do see that there is steam rising from this one as well.
A small one?
Yep, the one that you're moving towards now in the other chamber here. All right. To your right, or to the south, Nikos and Fizwick would see a number of other eggs that appear to be frozen, but they are clearly eggs as well. Yeah, what would you guys like to do here? I'm going to say we are kind of technically out of combat. The one is stunned. If you linger too long, it could repeat its saving throw and come after you. That may happen very soon, but for now, what would you like to do, guys?
I think we should be as quiet as possible and try to sneak somewhere. What do we see above this pool?
Yeah, let me show you here on the map. So, first off, there is, up here, Grukvar sees another chamber. And over here, there is a large tunnel. And yeah, you see another room, another entrance to another chamber over yonder.
I think we should let's at least try to move to that room as quietly as possible, out of sight of the pools.
And
Which
Gruckfire, I assume you're going to reunite with the rest of the party?
Yeah, which room is that you're talking about?
The one to the right of Nikos.
Okay.
But,
Can I poke my head in this room as we go past it?
Absolutely. Let's see. In that room, it appears to be completely empty. Yeah, it has, a 20-foot high ceiling, which is a little bit lower than the chamber you're in, which is more like 30 feet. And yeah. But it appears to be...
the other tunnels, like that one that's in the northeast tunnel there in the image, is that heading down or up?
Hold on, let me just first show a little bit more of this. Okay, so you can see the opposite wall in that chamber. And then, okay, which one now? Sorry.
The one across the pool from you right now? Is that
The
tunnel
tunnel
heading
is going up.
Up, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just head to that room that Nikos is heading towards.
Okay. Yeah.
as possible.
Let's see here. I'm gonna repeat.
Whoa, what?
Nope. Still stunned. As you're leaving the chamber, you see the large Remoraz going like this, with little around its head. All right.
Like a charmed snake.
Yeah. All right. So in this room here, let's see. It appears quite empty. Who all is entering this chamber?
So I'll pop inside there.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep,
go
same
for
with
it.
Nikos and Fizwick.
All right. Excellent. D12. All right. As you guys enter, you look around at each other. It appears to be quite empty in this chamber. And you begin to see each of your companions' flesh wither as black worms crawl out of their ears, noses, and mouths. Gruckfar, you feel totally normal.
Okay.
And you just are freaked out about what is happening to your companions, and likewise with the rest of you.
So it's happening to the companions, but not us.
Yeah, you don't see anything happening to yourself. Each of you don't. You wouldn't know that. You would probably think it's only me who's not having this.
Okay. Nikos begins to kind of freak out. Quickly, move out of here. There seems to be some sort of contagion.
I want to follow through on that. I would like to do that.
Yeah, Fizwick and we'll all just
And I would say, as someone who has telepathy, Nikos would feel like just this kind of psychic energy in that room that is disturbing and reeks of death and pain.
Oh.
Does the effect disappear when we leave the room?
Yes.
Okay, so they don't. So there's no signs of the worms. Like there's none on the floor. There's none on the clothes or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back in.
Maybe an illusion. Maybe don't walk back in. I say, putting my hand and stopping Dronyage from walking past. Clearly, this is not a big thing for you to swing your big trunk at, and it is something that requires a little bit more finesse. Something here is using either magic or psychic energies to assail us.
Not real.
The last thing
so I thought I'd go in and check out to see what's in there. Walk around the walls.
There are other options. Did you see any way to leave that area? Did you see the weapon that will take down the Frost Maiden? No? No? Good. Then let us
I
continue.
didn't see anything but worms. I'm gonna check. I wanted to check it out. They must be protecting it from protecting the room from something.
Or something incredibly terrible has happened in there, and the ghosts and weary spirits are telling you that it is a bad idea to be in there. He says louder as he's sort of flying in that direction.
You guys
take one last peek around in there, and then sigh, and then walk out.
Yeah, you really don't see anything if you're alone in there, especially. It is an empty cavern.
So we can't see it on ourselves. Like, we don't see, like, worms going down our shoulders and stuff.
No, you don't.
Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a... Yep, an empty cavern. You have a few different options here, friends. You have a path before you as Nikos has entered the chamber to the south and others have followed, with another hole leading downward. There are also two if we zoom out on the map, you do see a couple of other paths. This one over here, you would have noticed, is going downwards this way. All right. This one over here is going up. This one's going up. And this one's going down.
Where
So
does the one branch off to from the one that we came down? It looks like there's a fork.
yeah, it goes back and it goes, that one actually goes down, I believe. Let me double check.
I think we should have Nico scout down the tunnel in front of us, because any of the rest of us try and go in that direction. It's kind of a one-way trip, but it's not for him.
Oh, Nikos is on a timer for his spell, so Nikos doesn't even pause. Nikos is just dum 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 dum.
Yeah. This one, to clarify, this one does go down right here, but this one goes up.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so
Can
Nikos flies
Nikos
down
maintain a telepathic link with us so he can tell us what he sees, so we don't, because we don't know. Otherwise, we'll do what we did last time. We wait till you hear a horrible noise and then just run down the icy chute.
Oh, yeah, it's only 60 foot for my telepathy. So
Can I go through this little tunnel here and just do a little I spy on the creatures to see if they're...
Yeah, and actually, Clay, remember, or Dranyaj, remember you have the arcane eye as well still.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, and I assume maybe Fizwick would send his hawk down as well to follow, to keep an eye on Nikos.
yeah, that's a really good idea, because he can share the vision as well. So that's probably how they'd communicate. Is the hawk would go down and Fizwick would let you know what he sees.
Okay.
Cool.
I actually also, so then can I retcon a little bit? I
Sure.
totally forgot about that thing. While we're standing here, can I send it sort of up? I forget how far it can go, like 300 feet maybe, or 30 feet?
There is no distance limit on it, I don't think.
Arcane eye. I feel like there is. Arcane eye. It essentially functions like the arcane eye spell. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. The range is 30 feet. There is no limit to how far away from you the eye can move. So you're right on that, Grukvar, yeah. But it can't enter another plane of existence. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. So,
okay, so
yeah.
can I send it up, since we were standing like right here, can I send it up that tunnel,
Yeah.
just to see what's up top there?
Absolutely. You see a pretty large chamber, not as large as not as large as the one that you are standing in, but a largish room, probably 50 by 50, or 20 by 30 rather. H22. Let's just check this out. Give you a quick description. 30-foot high ceiling. Pretty empty, but there are 2 passageways, one to the north and one to the south in that room that you can see up there. So you have the tunnel going up, and then passageway to the south, passageway to the north.
Require extra travel then to see beyond that room.
Sorry, what was that?
So if we were to go up there, we would have to choose again a direction.
Yeah, to really see anything more of note, you would have to head down a corridor to the north or
Right.
south there.
All right, then I will recall the eye, and I will just come back and report what I saw. And I feel like it makes the most sense. If I was going to hide anything, it'd be deeper in the chamber. So I'm just going to wait to see what happens.
Excellent. All right.
Oh, also, I did want to.
So how far have I gone in the time it's taken for him to do that?
Well, I think he kind of retconned and said he would have
Yeah, I
done that
mentioned
when you
that
were passing
before.
by earlier. But
Oh,
I would
right,
say
right.
you have gotten a good glimpse of the chamber now, H36. What you see, Nikos, there's actually like a grove of frost-covered trees that fill this chamber. It's 50-foot high ceilings, the floor of which is actually a mixture of earth and ice. By some magic or miracle, these trees look to be alive, their canopy thick with frosty leaves, their branches bearing purple pears that hang like ornaments. A low wall, broken in several places, threads its way through this grove. And, threads its way through the grove, which is surrounded by 6 exits. So I'll reveal a little bit more so you can see where those exits are located.
Okay.
I think that covers them now a little better.
All right. I would like to just search around a little bit, just see if there's anything hiding in the canopies or the like.
Yeah. Let's see here. You don't really sense anything of note. Yeah, you get an up closer glimpse at these pears. They're large, succulent purple pears. And I would say each tree has about 3d6 pears hanging from them. And yeah.
I'll gesture to the hawk to tell the others to come down, and I'll wait for everyone. I think this is a good point for decision making.
Yep. So Fizwick would follow. Yeah, the rest of you can easily kind of just slide down here. It's not, there's not a huge pool of water you have to avoid this time. Kind of slide into a mixture of ice and dirt.
Ooh, a pear!
Of
Fizwick,
course.
don't eat those.
Don't touch
Oh,
the
I won't
pears.
eat them.
Fizwick's gonna slide of hand a pear.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. He might. Fizwick has a 19 to steal a pear.
Okay. Yeah, Fizwick gets the impression that, he kind of brushes against a tree and, there's a tree there. You guys don't really see anything.
It's like that thing in the city where you're picking someone's pocket by bumping into them. He's like just walking and then he bumps into the tree. He's like, "Oh, pardon me," and then he's stolen like one of the pears.
Good job taking a pear off a tree.
Well, did you get a
You
19 in your
guys-
perception?
I didn't.
And then you see nothing.
More
One
of
pear.
being sarcastic that he just snuck a pear from a tree that grows pears.
Well, it was mostly to sneak it from Nikos and the others so that they can't judge him for having a pear.
You guys see before you, stepping out of this grove, oh, come on, D&D Beyond failing me.
Oh no.
D&D Beyond doesn't like the copy and paste image thing for some reason. So I'll have to screenshot it and share it with you guys. All right, stepping out of the grove of trees, a figure emerges
Pretty lady.
calmly from the trees. And kind of gives a bit of a bow towards you. What do you guys do?
Oh, heck.
Fizwick jumps back. Greetings. My name is Nikos. These are my traveling companions, Grakvar, Dronyaj, Fizwick, and Berlin. You have a wonderful grove. To whom do we have the honor of addressing?
She speaks to you in Elvish. And does anyone speak Elvish?
Please hold.
Yes, Velen does.
Okay.
Yes, I think Berlin does.
Okay.
No, I do not.
All right. And yeah, so Velen would kind of translate to you and say, "Greetings. I do not understand what your companion has just said to us."
Us.
Berlin, would you be so kind as to translate?
Yes, and Velen would ask us, and she said, "Oh, me and my friends." And she motions to the trees. Though, they don't really speak much either. Only in ways no creature of your natures could understand. My name is Hathawin. Welcome to my grove. I don't often get visitors. It is a pleasure to have you here.
You live here by yourself?
Well, mostly. Various others do pass by from time to time.
Tell us, have you seen anyone pass by in the recent times?
Well, yes, actually. There are 3 dark elves that have passed through my grove on multiple occasions, coming and going. Not here at the moment, but yes. They seem to be heading over to the passageway to the southeast quite often, or southwest rather, quite often.
I send the arcane eye that way and ask why do you not stop them? If they're dark elves, they must be up to no good.
Wow.
Yes, that is very judgy.
Oof, that's very racist. Dark elves must be up to bad. Terrible.
I
It's a joke. I'm sorry.
very much try to keep to myself, especially when dangerous creatures are about.
Well, we mean you and your grove no harm. The dark elves you speak of, did they have a symbol, something akin to? And I'm going to draw the snowflake that hung above our heads during the trials, which I presume is some sort of symbol of Oriel or her power or insignia, something that people were recognizing.
No snowflakes over their heads. They appear to be merely exploring, but they have been here for several days now.
Do I see anything through the arcane eye from down that passage?
Yes. So yeah, let's figure this out here. She also would communicate that she has seen some strange one-eyed creatures from the passage. Let's just see, what did she say? In the cave to the south. They followed the Dark Elves up from below after their last foray down the southeast passage. So, some strange one-eyed creatures she communicates as well. Okay,
Follow
so
them up. Did they return where they came from, or did they continue up?
I can't quite remember. I don't pay too much attention to the affairs of others, but I believe they might have followed the Dark Elves to the southwest. Was it 3 Drow? 4 Drow? I don't remember. I think 3.
I've never
Well,
seen bears like this before where I come from. What are there some sort of enchantment that
Speaking
allows
of
them to grow
Drow,
down here?
So, first off, because Dranyaj asked, I will say there is a long passage that leads ahead that you are sending the Arcane Eye down so far. So, yeah, you can see that on Owlbear Rodeo. I will show the viewers as well. All right, so, yeah, long passage there. Okay, to the question of the pears. Yes. The pears here, they are magical. They're delicious and have certain magical effects upon those who may wish to eat them.
Might a guest help themselves, or would that offend you?
Oh, you may absolutely help yourselves. There are plenty, and they do continue to grow.
I want to take a pear then as well.
Okay.
power keeps them growing.
Please, have a seat if you would like. And she motions to a broken section of the wall that would be sittable.
What power keeps your pears growing?
It is my own power, actually. I am a creature of the Fae, and am able to cultivate such things.
You choose to exist here alone to do so?
Yes. In a way, yes. That is correct. I take care of these trees here, and feel compelled to continue to do so. And she would probably start asking you questions about your business as well. Appears very curious. What do you seek? Why are you here?
Well, you see, the place that you have called home is the heart of a long-forgotten city, a civilization whose advances in technology and magic could prove very useful for ending the harsh winter that plagues the lands above.
Yes. You speak of the Netherese Empire. It is, actually, their magic that keeps me here, if I am honest.
They bind you to this place?
Yes, their magic lingers, and it does indeed bind me to this place. I have tried to make it as pleasant as possible for my friends here, and she strokes the branch of one of the trees and the pear hanging from it.
You choose to
Well,
leave
do you know of the method in which they have bound your person here, my lady?
I know not, but their magic is all around us, as is their pain. And you see her eyes kind of darken for a moment.
Is that... would that pain manifest in... And I describe the room with all the wiggling worms and stuff like that.
Indeed, it could manifest itself in such ways. I have seen such reactions among the Drow at times, and others who have passed by. There is also the matter of a beastly creature that haunts these halls. Some sort of blood-sucking gnoll.
Ah, I think we have made the acquaintance of one such creature. I described the vampire that we encountered earlier on.
Would you choose to leave if you were able to?
Yes, I suppose I would. And thank you for ridding this place of that creature. It will be a slightly more pleasant existence for me and my friends here, without it lurking about.
Is
Well,
that
it
what we
was,
did?
our-
Did it just... Oh no, that's right.
It
we
was our
tracted the
pleasure.
box.
If we find some measure of removing the warding surrounding you and your grove, we will inform you and let you know if we can do anything to help. Though I cannot make such promises without knowing what to find. It has been many years since anyone has traveled through here, save for the drow that you describe, of course. Before we leave, there's one final thing I would like to ask. The drow themselves, did they seem... There's no simple way to say this. Did they seem to be possessed or forced in any way to performing their actions here?
Not that I could tell, no.
Have the
Very
pears
well.
done to us.
Have you eaten the pears?
I think I would have seen Grokvar take one, and I probably would have snagged one with my trunk and given it a nibble.
Yeah. Go ahead, Grokvar.
As we converse, I've been casting Identify on this pair. So that would allow me to, if it's a magic imbued object, learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any spells are affecting it and what they are, or if it was created by a spell.
Yeah, I mean, they are, you sense a lot of like fey energy coming from them, to be honest, and not really like much arcane magic per se, but they definitely you get the sense that they're unpredictable, and yeah, do have some sort of supernatural powers that could be imbued to those who eat of them.
Okay. Do I have any sort of telepathic link with Nikos?
Not
Not now.
presently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just say to the group. I first nod to the Fey creature, and I say, I appreciate you being such a genial hostess to us, but I suppose we should probably be on our way if the party agrees with me. What do you say?
Indeed.
I asked a lot, like, have you any advice for us going forward of the area beyond?
No, not necessarily. Though I am quite disappointed you would choose to leave my presence so soon. You see, I don't get visitors very often. However, I understand you have business elsewhere. I would say
Who knows?
walk
Maybe
carefully.
once the business is concluded, we will return and perhaps spend a bit more time and learn more about your wonderful grove.
And
Can I
depending on where these tunnels go, maybe they'll circle back around and we'll end up here anyways.
Indeed.
Can I insight check her to see if there's any motivational concerns?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's probably not going to be fantastic, but if anything. No, that was a 3. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, you don't sense anything untoward. Let's see. Okay, so I think this is actually a good place for a break as you guys kind of turn to leave. and are you hoping to head down this corridor, or what are you guys thinking?
I feel like that.
I want to check around for footprints before I head down that corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I want Fizwick to do it.
Yeah, sure. Fizwick can go ahead and make a survival check.
14.
Yeah, you do see humanoid footprints, going both ways in that corridor, just in the little bit of frost that is settled there.
Are there any other footprints on any of the other entranceways?
Actually, let me check one thing here. Oh, come on, internet. Not now. Let me try D&D Beyond instead. Okay. You also do see some claw marks and things on the floor from some sort of beast with large claws of some kind, or long toenails perhaps. But yeah, that's kind of all you see in this area.
While we're just sort of standing around trying to decide what to do or making this final decision, I will sort of absent-mindedly / accidentally take a bite of one of the pair that I picked.
Okay. Yeah. You take a bite and don't really notice. You feel like a little bit of like a little bit of power. But get the sense that you haven't eaten enough to really feel truly different yet. And I think that's where we'll take a break. I'll let you ruminate on that. And we will continue down the corridor if you choose to do so. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate it. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes for a little bio break. So thanks for hanging with us. And we'll see what happens. Hello, everybody, and welcome us back. I always say welcome back, and then I realize, no, that's the wrong thing to say, Nate. Hey, thank you for being here, everyone, and for sticking with us.
You did leave and then come back. If you took a break along with us, then
That's
welcome
right.
back.
You had to go potty as well. We know. We all did.
All right. Welcome back from the restroom, and congratulations on your success.
Very good. Just a reminder that this stream is sponsored by Hero Forge, and you can check out their amazing service in the video description, heroforge.com. Always adding new stuff, so much. So go check it out. Build your custom characters, character tokens, miniatures that you can 3D print on your own or have shipped to your house. Amazing stuff and great people. So check it out, heroforge.com. Where last we left our party, they were trying to make the call about whether to venture down this long corridor. Now, what are you guys thinking on that note?
That's where I'd like to go next.
These pears are really good. You should try them. And I just chuck the whole rest of the pear in my mouth and chew it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as Clay is walking, chomping on a pear, I would say Fizwick would probably also begin to take a bite.
Does he pick another one to like hide the fact that he stole one in the first place?
Oh yeah,
I would think
Fizz
so.
would pretend like he didn't steal one. Like he'd take one. Like my first one.
He's got an extra one now.
Mm-hmm. That would
been
make
looking
most
at this-
sense to me.
I've been looking at this pear for the last little while, and I'll tell you, it could be both a boon and a bane, or it could be both together. I couldn't tell you one way or the other, so
I don't know. They
It's
taste delicious.
it's your own risk you're taking here. I don't know what to tell you.
Ryan, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Yes, sir. I figured that was coming.
Yeah, Nikos is gonna go. Yeah, no, it would. I'm sure they would
That
be
would be
very
a
tasty.
A 6.
Except I don't eat pears.
Okay. Good point.
Uh-huh. Nikos likes brains a little more.
Yep. I eat brains.
Only thing that can do it.
The green lady's like, what? What?
Now you know too much.
Thanks
Um,
for the escape.
Oh, fun fact. That's actually the stunning thing I did in the Remoraz is how I'm supposed to hunt. I've never actually done it before because I've always just been like, it's pretty easy to hunt peasants.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so Ryan,
Yeah.
Dranyage now has, and the book does not really make clear to me, like, how aware are you of this? So we'll just say you're aware. You now have the power to cast the invisibility spell as an action. You get the feeling this might not last forever. It might have limited uses, but you have now been given a charm of invisibility.
Awesome.
Ooh.
I don't know where to put that.
I'll
I'll write it down.
Nikos, do you want to roll one for Fizwick?
Sure.
I think Fizwick would be
D20?
chomping on this thing. Yep, D20. All right, a 10. This
That's
charm,
the ability to start fires.
the charm of sending. Man, sorry, I'm sucking on cough drops in my throat. It's not doing well tonight. This charm allows you to cast the sending spell as an action, just the charm of sending. No components required. So you get the feeling it, has quite limited uses.
So is this?
anyway.
So it is something that we're like, oh, I can tell that I can do this now, or is this something like I'm gonna sneeze at one point and turn invisible?
That would be fun, but for ease of gameplay, we're just going to say you're aware of the ability.
And
Cool.
do we have sending stones? Do we get rid of those, or do we
I
still
think
have
you do
those?
still have 2 sending stones, yeah.
Do we leave one on Fizwick at all times, or something like that? Or,
I don't remember.
I don't remember who has
I
what.
think Fizwick and
Like a
Nikos always
dog
have one.
microchip?
Yeah,
Okay.
Fizwick and Nikos, I think, have been the default.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a dog's microchip, just so we can know where he is at all times.
yeah. So,
So I think for the time being though, then Nikus would tell Grokvar to Fizwick to hand over the stone to Grokvar, and that way Nikus has got a connection to Grokvar, and Fizwick's got a connection to anyone.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah.
That's savvy. Good thinking.
Now, as you all are leaving, you hear the dryad speaking to Velin in Elvish, and Grokvar, would you go ahead and, well, actually no, I'm gonna roll this actually.
Ooh, secret rolls.
Let's just look up Velin a second.
Oh, she's a villain. Oh, it makes so much sense.
Yes.
Velin.
Velin.
That's like it's like when you find the NPC named Rodiart and you're like, Rodiart, that's a cool name. And you're like, wait a minute. Rodiart is traitor backwards.
Okay. So you see the dryad speaking with Velin, and Velin kind of balks at whatever the dryad says. She says, "We should leave this place immediately."
Not old.
And says, "Hurry,
Nico says,
along
"What?"
the passageway."
Wait, Valin said that to us?
Yes, to you all.
Ooh. Okay. What are we supposed to do with that?
Creature tried to charm me quickly down the passageway. I would hate for any of you to fall under its wiles.
Okay.
It
What do
is
we hear?
lonely, to be sure.
Oh, at this point, when Nikos gets to about here, Nikos is going to say that the passage gets thin up ahead, and he's going to ask Fizwick to take point.
Mm-hmm.
You can send the eye through, too. So nobody has to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly...
Well, your eye won't be able to pick things up and explore. We need to go this way. The Drow came through here. We have to... Yes. Thank you for the thought, though.
I can see what's ahead.
Yeah,
Well,
if you want to just keep the eye, 20, 30 feet in front of Fizwick at all times, you could choose to do that.
Okay. I choose
yeah.
to do that.
Okay. So up ahead, the eye does see a pathway to the right leading up into a small chamber of some kind. There is a large spear sticking out of the ground in that room. And this is to the north. And a large spear. Yes, just a huge spear.
Ah, that's cool.
And then to the west, oh boy, a wall. And let me see how high this wall happens to be. 29.
Mr. WAD-SD20, take down this wall.
Thank you, Ronnie. All right. All right. Icicles cling to the 20-foot-high ceiling of this cavern. Embedded in the... oh boy. Hold on one second. Give me a moment.
Embedded in the wall is Fizwick. Then who have we been traveling with this whole time? And then Will jumps into the chat. He's been there the whole time. No one expects it.
You see Will creep up behind Nate in his room.
Ha! Yep. Just gank him.
The Spanish Inquisition.
I'm the DM now. Look at me, I'm the DM now.
Okay. So there is a ledge essentially up to a raised area. You see a and it appears to be some kind of dome-shaped building of sorts. There is a crack in the wall that I would say that Fizwick could certainly fit through.
In the spear room?
No, in the wall straight
wall.
ahead. And it could perhaps be widened a bit. So yeah.
Can the eye get through it?
Yes, the eye can get through it. The eye sees in this building 2 statues, and that are kind of covered. Human statues look like, you know, spellcasters of some kind, covered in rime, you know, frost essentially, and then there is a stairway leading out and a doorway leading out of this chamber into a large-ish room, and icicles cling to the 20-foot high ceiling of this icy cavern. There's this circular building made of black stone. It is decorated, the wall that you see too is decorated with faintly glowing constellations. And yeah, there's a frost-covered statue of a human wizard. These statues are gazing outward, so towards the players down below, or through the building there. Yeah, the building and statue rest on a 5-foot high curved stone platform enclosed by a low wall. Okay, so it is a low wall. So yeah, you could probably climb the wall, no problem. Never mind.
Oh, did the eye see anything on the spear in the room? Like, is there writing or anything?
No, it's really large, like looks giant sized.
And it's sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
And in that room, the ceiling's covered with icicles.
It's got a 15-foot high ceiling and kind of a smaller dead-end cave at the back of it. Sticking out of the large cave's floor at a 60-degree angle is a giant-sized wooden spear with its obsidian tip pointing upward. The weapon glows with a faint, cold light.
Boy, that's curious. I'd like to investigate that.
I would too. I mean, we are technically trying to find something that we can use as a weapon against Oriel, and but I don't know. Like, maybe it's just me, but this room smells of a trap. The spear being in the center of the room, there's no guards, there's no wards, there's no shelf that it goes on. Be careful as we get through.
Pointing at anything on the wall?
No, I mean, you look at the wall and it appears to be natural ice cavern. Nothing remarkable about it.
Ground is flat.
Yeah, the ground is mostly flat.
Fizwick's gonna search for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
$14.
Fizwick does not sense anything suspicious about anything in this chamber. I mean, other than the fact that the spear is glowing, there appears to be no other mechanisms or small holes in the wall or anything suspicious.
Is the spear cold to the touch, like the handle is made out of ice?
No, it is a wooden handle, but it's definitely got a lot of frost on it.
But the whole spear just has an aura about it. That's what's glowing, or
Yeah, the weapon glows with a faint, cold light. So yeah, there is a faint light here, and especially Dranyaj would note that, as he doesn't have dark vision. That like, wow, this is, lighting up the chamber more than other chambers have been lit.
as I touch it, like, does it do anything?
No, it does not.
Weird.
If I was to look into this back room, would I see anything of interest there?
Nothing.
Worms
Okay.
coming out of your nose.
I want to walk into it and see if any worms come out of my mouth.
No, nothing strange at all. You don't notice anything.
Is there, like, the spear around, like, presumably the floor is ice. Is there a way to, like, can we see, like, does does it look like the spear was frozen into the ice? Like it descends quite a ways deeper?
Yeah, you get the sense that there's probably several feet stuck in the ice there. Yeah, and it's held pretty tight. Like it's not wiggling when but you can certainly try to pull it out. It does seem like the ice is pretty tight around it.
Can I extend my hand to Gruckvar and say, "You know what to do"?
Just a high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I just give you a polite handshake.
Not funny, man.
Why don't you just start wresting this thing out of the ice with your own power, and if you need some help, I'll assist you.
Can I try to do that?
Sure. Yeah. So you can have advantage on a strength
Plant
check.
my feet and start wiggling.
Yep. So with Gruckvar's help, roll with advantage, strength check.
Boy, 13 both times.
Ooh.
Hmm.
It is firmly planted in the ground, in that ice.
All right, I extend my hand to you with a fist bump motion, okay? And I will.
What's the dealio with that?
Well,
When you're enlarged, do you just get advantage on strength checks or something?
yeah,
or?
you do. You do.
Yeah.
You know what?
You pretty much have what you've got already.
I retract my hand.
Crap.
My hand.
Yeah, you don't need. Fizwick will. Fizwick's gonna walk over and give it a crack.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Like the door?
Dranyaj has loosened it for him.
18.
It does not budge. It is held fast in the ice.
Fizwick, can you melt a little bit of the base?
Yeah, Fizwick can do that for you. Burn, heat. Because I don't have meat, I will cook this spear instead and stick it in my best friend's head.
And he's. Yes, he's going to create a bonfire. And.
Yeah, I was chuckles at that. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you cast bonfire around the spear. The ice does begin to slowly melt. The spear itself, the shaft of this spear, begins to catch on fire.
Okay. I quickly put that part out and try again.
Okay. Yep, you can go ahead and make...
Fizwick's going to try and control flames and keep the fire just sort of around the floor rather than rising up along the flame, along the shaft as it would.
I like that. So, yeah, just kind of almost creating a shield around the shaft of the spear.
Okay, can I do it?
Yep.
Do I get advantage then?
Yep, you can have advantage on that.
21.
The spear slowly slides out in a very kind of jerky motion as Dranyaj lifts it. This gigantic spear from the ice. Yeah. You are holding the spear, and the light around it fades, and there is a slight spark. And Dranyaj, you feel yourself becoming slightly stronger.
Better? Oh, good.
And you feel yourself growing just a tiny bit
I don't need you, Gruckvar.
in size. So
Is it like a Hulk situation when
happening.
my pants rip, or is it like...
no, it's very gradual.
Okay.
Like you just kind of feel like, oh, I must have just got back from the gym.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Yeah.
All right. But is it too big for me to actually carry around with me?
You could certainly drag it behind you easily, and Yeah. Yeah.
Fail every stealth move. Stealth.
I mean, you could pick it up. You could carry it.
I'll carry it under my arm like you carry a toddler who you're trying to get out of the room.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You could definitely carry it. You know, around a tight bend, there would need to be some maneuvering, like you know,
like a dog with a stick in his mouth.
exactly, or like me when I try to move any piece of furniture into my basement. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Would you guys like to continue on?
Yeah, that went better than I expected. Great. Let's continue on the path here.
Okay. So, the arcane eye flying up ahead of you, as well as, we'll say Fizwick's, you know, hawk is kind of circling close by too. Can see in the next chamber a similar sort of layout here. And just make a roll here. Okay. Yeah. So that is kind of what you guys see.
You said the wall is
Through the arcane
low?
eye. Yeah, the wall is low, so you can hop over it if you would like to.
Like it's like hedge height.
Yeah.
So like it's a there's a like the statues are up on a really large dais.
So they're actually just kind of raised slightly. And yeah. So there's kind of a wall that would say goes up like maybe 3 feet, and then like another foot below that is the ground on the other side. So it's kind of like you're climbing up on the foundation and a short wall.
Fizwick's gonna search for traps.
Okay. Perception. And if anyone else would like to make a roll to kind of look closer at the statues, you may do that as well.
Investigation.
Let's see. Yeah, investigation. Yep.
All right. Fizwick gets a dirty 20 on his perception.
Got a 17 on investigation.
Okay. Yeah, the statues appear to be, and actually Villain's Professor Orb probably as well would kind of chime in. They appear to be statues of Netherese wizards. Not sure what this place was, but it certainly was a nice building.
Is there writing like they've been designated as specific people?
No, no writing is visible. Mm-mm.
But they're all different?
Yes, they're all slightly different. Yep.
Also,
Can I make a
I would,
history check to know about Netherese wizards in general?
Sure. Yeah, you can.
I would probably, being that this room is so involved, I'd probably pull the arcane eye back and I don't know what you do with it, stick it in your pocket or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can just kind of have it hovering closer to you, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah.
21 on my history check.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, you would know that the city of Ythrin, you know, is very powerful, and certainly their mages were incredibly powerful. But you know, other than that, you don't recall anything specific. Yeah, even Professor Scant, who's kind of an expert on Ythrin, you know, doesn't recall anything like specifically useful right at this moment.
What about the writing that was? Is there writing or something, some sort of glowing runes or something on the inside of the wall?
No, there are actually constellations essentially that are kind of glowing star-like in this black obsidian-like wall.
The same color glow that the spear had?
Not necessarily. It's kind of a whitish, you know, like the stars essentially. Yeah, it really does look remarkably like stars.
They're on the ceiling. They're on the wall. Where are
They're
they?
on the wall,
They're on the
and yeah, mostly you could see it on the outside of the wall actually before you climbed in.
Okay.
Can I do like a nature check or something to see if I recognize any of the constellations from the night sky?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if that's. Oh, that's 12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you I would say recognize some constellations. Sure, that would be familiar to people of this region for sure.
Like, do they mean anything for the time of year or anything like that?
No, nothing really specific.
Okay.
Yeah. As your arcane eye is flown back to you, Fizwick's hawk also flies back, and one of the stalactites on the ceiling crashes down to the ground with a shatter of ice, and the hawk just kind of deftly maneuvers. It's a close call as it flies back to Fizwick.
So this is the room where, when the arcane eye went through, there was icicles on the ceiling.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's more on the outside, like down the staircase. You know what I mean? Right in
Is there
here.
a ceiling to this place, or is it ice cavern like the rest of it?
Yeah, it's pretty much stalactites. Large stalactites, pretty much in icicles. Yeah, they're made of ice. For the record, they're not actually stone. So I guess they're just large icicles
Okay.
that cover the ceiling.
I'm going to cast a firebolt spell at the ceiling. I'm going to use a sorcery point to change the damage type from fire to thundering.
Okay.
I am going to put my shield over my head.
I'm going to do it before we head down there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm going to try and dislodge them, as many as we can.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
So they're not where we are. They're outside the bounds of the wall.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
so I guess I was asking the room that we're standing in right now, that also does not have a ceiling?
It does, and there are also large icicles here. But the one that fell specifically was out down the staircase outside the building.
Okay. Is that a wall of ice that we're standing next to? Like there's no passage from, say, like one statue to the next?
That's correct. Yep. Your arcane eye would have seen a little bit of that, but probably not much. But yeah, that's ice, and there's no climbing over that.
Gotcha.
All right, so Nikos, you fire your spell at the ceiling, and a number of these, pretty much, it's a massive crashing of ice to the ground, and the ground is just covered in ice, just big chunks, essentially. Yeah.
I'm going to throw a second one just to be double sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then if nothing else dislodges, we'll keep going.
Yeah. Let's see here.
This one will do fire damage, not sonic.
Okay. Yeah, and go ahead and roll your damage just to see how much you do for both of those, if you don't mind.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. What level am I? Level 8. Level 8, it's 2d10. 11 damage.
All right. And that was for the thunder one or the fire?
Let's say that's the thunder one. And
Okay.
The fire one, 8 damage.
All right. Excellent. Yep. So this thundering crash, then the fire just kind of scorching the ceiling, dripping water down that immediately freezes when it hits the ground, and just kind of crackling almost of icy raindrops like falling from the ceiling, and everything appears to be motionless in front of you.
All right. Well, that looks a little bit safer now.
Just for good measure, and I crouch down and I hold my shield over my back like a turtle shell.
I like it.
I'll take point so that if it there's any ice falling, then I'll hopefully be the one to trigger it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Is
All right.
this the spear that I'm carrying way too heavy to like also at least just have my shield out and up with one arm and then carry the spear with the other?
I would say it's not way too heavy. You definitely could carry it with one arm. It's just like it would be like me carrying like a 10-foot long 2x4.
Really,
I can carry it
looks
with one
like a canoe. Like if you look at the artwork, it kind of looks like a canoe more than a freaking spear.
arm. Yeah, the tip is pretty hefty, but I would say it's it's probably about this big around.
Okay,
And
I will continue to hold it with two hands because that seems. Or actually, you know what?
Poke the
I'm
ceiling
going-
with it.
And also, don't forget, you're getting larger too.
I'm going to support it with my trunk in one hand and hit my
Ah.
shield with the other hand. I forget I have that thing now.
You have grown about an inch since you picked this thing up. You're feeling larger.
And I need new shoes.
You know what you should do to celebrate? Eat more pears.
Um,
I don't have any more Fizwick.
how tall is Dranyaj?
He is a full 7 foot tall.
Okay, yeah.
No, wait, he might be taller than that. Hold on.
And what is Dranyaj's strength?
17.
Okay.
He is. Where do you find that description? 8 feet tall. Sorry. So now I'm 8'1",
Okay. Yeah, you're 8'1"
which actually
officially.
pushes me into large.
Perfect.
Because 8 feet is the limit for medium, I think.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Come at me, bro.
All right. Yeah, Dranyaj is getting larger. Your strength score is not bumped up at all, but you are feeling stronger. So, all right. So you guys do enter this chamber here.
Is it still quiet?
It is still quite quiet, yes. There's definitely the occasional like crash of a chunk of ice here or there. It's still small chunks dislodging. There are no more like really large icicles on the ceiling or anything, but here and there, just a chunk of icy ceiling kind of crashing down.
Oh, what
Not
about
doing
this
any more
near-
damage than a hard snowball.
What about in this area here?
Yeah, in that area. Yes, more kind of a forest of icicles. Some of which have grown to the length of 5 feet or more, I would say. And then to the wall in the south, there's that same seamless black stone decorated with faintly glowing constellations. And you do see the statues over the wall as well of human wizards that stand in front of the building, gazing outward from atop the 3-foot-high stone pedestals. The building and statues are raised by... it says 5 foot high. So, yeah. Curved stone platform enclosed by a low wall. So, yeah.
Can I send the
That is
eye
what you
into
see.
those 2 rooms? See
You-
what we see?
You absolutely can.
Before the others get into that room, though, I want to do the same thing with the icicles, just to clear them out.
Yeah. You absolutely can. And, good. As you do so, icicles, come crashing down. And a crossbow bolt flies out and toward Grukvar. And Grukvar does a... Sorry.
Where did the crossbow bolt come from?
Okay. Does a 15 hit you, Grukvar?
No.
Okay. Another one at Dranyaj. 22 to hit.
That does hit. Well, I don't know if the spear does anything fancy, but I'm 18.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be 9 damage as 2 crossbow bolts strike out from the area of the statues.
Don't
And
forget, you've got the 13 temporary hit points from my inspiring leadership.
Oh.
Oh, I do.
everyone can go ahead and roll initiative.
11.
All right, 11.
21.
Wow, Grekvar.
18.
All right.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
And for my friends here.
See, part of me thought that in the ice, someone had shot a crossbow bolt at the ceiling, and it kind of like melted into the crossbow. So once I'd melted the ice, the crossbow just sort of went.
Yeah, I thought there's all kinds of cool stuff just raining from the sky that you'd knocked down.
Oh my god! Somebody like just
gold
like
pieces and
yeah, a trap maker's like this will really piss someone off one day.
like when you throw pencils into the ceiling in school
Yeah,
and they accidentally fall down.
that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's a racer, I guess it's not.
Also, Nate, if
Yeah.
I send the arcane eye about, do I see who or what possibly shot these things at us?
Yeah, definitely. You see two robed figures crouched behind the two statues furthest from you guys.
But I
Yeah.
can't make out anything other than they're robed and they're hiding there.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So that brings us. Combat has begun, and it is Grukvar's turn. Grukvar, you've just seen a crossbow bolt. Ow! That really actually hurt, guys.
Oh no!
I'm a little bit klutzy. Mostly, it was like the sound of like a loud thing right by my ear. Like, yeah. Anyway. I shouldn't wear headphones when I'm DMing, apparently.
There
we go.
It's
more distance there.
On top of a roller coaster at Six Flags, and never saw them again.
Oh, gosh. All right. So, Grukvar, what would you like to do? Crossbow bolt just whizzed by your head.
I'm going to return fire with a guiding bolt
Okay.
towards the figure who's closest to me. I rolled a 10.
Yes, that does not hit.
Okay. Then I am going to drop down behind this wall.
Okay. Yep. Excellent. So yeah, the statues in question here, I'll just kind of... You guys still can't really see... what's going on there? Oh, I have to click the paintbrush. There we go. The statues in question are these two. So, yeah. All right. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Grukvar? Oops.
No.
I moved you on accident. All right. Very good. That brings us to Dranyaj. Dranyaj, you have just been hit by a crossbolt in that general direction. You have seen the two robed figures with your arcane eye. What would you like to do?
I'm going to set the spear down gently, and then I'm going to ghost water dive right here, pull out both my axes, and swing like down toward each of the figures.
Okay.
Try to make contact one with it.
Sure. I would say you can do that.
That's a natural 20 on one for a
Nice.
26.
Yeah.
That damage is I'm gonna also rage. So that
Okay, yep.
damage is 11.
Yep.
The other is a 18 to hit,
Okay.
and that one is a 9 damage.
Okay. Certainly the first one will hit. Let me check on the second one here. The second one will also hit, just barely.
Ooh,
So the first one was a critical hit.
Yep. For 11 damage.
Okay.
And then for my second attack, I am going to... I guess I would just alternate. So I will go for the first one again. My other axe. Oh, that's an 18 as well. Whew.
Okay.
And that is a 10 damage.
All right. Excellent.
Those were good rolls for what I normally do.
Yeah. Okay. So the second one was a total of how much? Sorry.
The second one was a total of 9. Wait,
Okay.
which one?
So you attacked the D1 there with your critical.
Yes.
We'll say that, and then the other
That
one you
was-
attacked twice.
Nope, the first one I attacked twice.
Oh, okay.
That would be 23 points of damage to the first one and 9 to the other one.
Wow. Nice. Okay. All right. Very good. So, you can now see clearly that these are Drow warriors. They are armored and holding crossbows, and they have swords at their waist. All right. That brings us to their turn, and then we will go to Fizwick and Nikos. So, both of these guys are going to drop their crossbows, draw their short swords, and attack you, Dranyaj. The first one is going to... that is a 23 to hit. Second one is also a 23 to hit. And let's see. That will be 4 and... Okay. Oh man, why is it not... For some reason, D&D Beyond is not doing the math for me this time. Oh, there we go. I had to click the little arrow button, guys. That's what I've been missing all night. All right. So, that's going to be 17 slashing damage. And then...
So half
6.
would be
And then 17 poison damage as well.
oh boy. So 25 damage total. That sucks. Definitely went through those 13 temporary hit points.
Yeah. All right. All right, very good. That brings us... okay. Oh, and then from the room to the south, a spellcaster steps out. And it is going to step out in this area here, and just out of Dranyaj's melee range, and I don't know if I can hit as many people as I would like to with this thing.
Oh,
So is it worth it? That is the question. Sorry, give me a moment here.
Oh, and also
20-foot radius.
because sorry, I totally goofed. So wait, so the one I hit with a critical attack is grievously wounded,
Ooh.
so it has disadvantage on all attack rolls, and both of them, their speed has been reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay, let me re-roll the attack from the one just to
Okay.
see if I would have hit.
I forgot about that.
No
is that a
worries.
feature of your weapon, Dranyas?
No, it's a feat that I chose called
cool.
Slasher.
Uh-huh.
So anytime I do slashing damage, I reduce their speed. If it's a critical, then it has disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
tell each of those things till the start of my next turn.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 1, so go ahead and take half of that 25 damage if you'd like.
Okay.
So we'll say, and we'll round up. We'll say 13. Give me something here. Come on. All right. Cool.
That's not how this works.
So the mage is going to step forward, and it is going to cast a spell on. It is going to attack. Yeah, it's definitely going to attack Dranyaj. The big, huge elephant right in front of it, I think, would be the logical choice there.
Oh, like I haven't heard the elephant in the room joke before.
So it is going to attack you with Witch Bolt, and
I don't know which bolt.
that will be a beam of crackling blue energy lances towards you. And, oh gosh, I rolled under my monitor. Come on, Nate. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. And,
Also, it's canon now. That guy's name is Charlie.
there you go. And that is its turn. And that brings us to Fizwick and Nikos. Oh, no, and then it ducks back into the room.
Ah, crap.
Fizwick and Nikos.
All right, Fizwick is going to rush up with a single move, and he's going to stealth as part of that move, as a bonus action.
Nice.
Which, yeah. Ooh, that's a 12.
All right.
And he's going to attempt to sneak attack the Drow number 2.
Okay. I love the sound of the drow.
Yeah.
See?
I feel like that is it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. They've got low and high voice Drow.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, do they see me, or does Drow 2 see me?
Well, that's a good question. Let me see what his passive wisdom would be. How does that generally work? Oh, perception is +4, so yeah, he would see you. But Fizwick might not know that, so anyway.
No, that's fine. He'll still make the attack. He just won't get the sneak attack. That's all.
Yep. Well, he will get the sneak attack because Dranyage is in melee range. He does not get advantage for being unseen, but he does get the sneak attack.
Oh, okay, cool. In which
'Cause
case,
when it-
26 to hit.
Okay. Yes, that is a hit.
All right, that is 25 damage.
Oof, man. All right. So that is to Drow number 2.
Yep.
And what is he attacking with?
A short bow.
Okay, so I would say probably Fizwick would have to like move over here, if that's cool, in order to get that angle on Drow 2 past Dranyage.
Yep, not a problem.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So, wow, yeah, 25 damage. Nice. All right. That brings us to Nikos.
All right, Nikos will go to here, and I need my measuring tool. Come here, you.
The shape drawing is not great.
It's not ideal.
It doesn't go where you want it to go.
Okay, let's... Okay, can I say that I've got line of sight to this guy? The Drow Mage.
Sure.
Sweet.
Just barely.
Yep. Barely is all I need.
Yep.
Oh no. Ah.
So many lines.
Alright. Nikos is going to fly over to there. And I'm going to use my Psionic Blast.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast it with a 4th level spell slot.
All right.
Okay. I unleash a destructive wave of energy, 30 foot in directions. And they need to make me dex saving throws.
Okay, just the 2 in that line, right?
No, it's a cone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it'll hit all of them.
Nice. Okay. So the mage gets a 17. Warrior number 1.
I think 17 might be the DC. Let me just check that real quick. So 3, 8, 8, 8, 6. No, 16 is the DC.
Okay. So Drow number 2 is the only one who failed.
Okay.
So, yeah. What happens?
So, on a failed save, he takes 68 damage. Successful damage, they're not pushed back or knocked prone, but they take half the damage.
Okay.
Okay, so damage is... Yep. That did not roll. Oh, I'm rolling it on the frickin'... Never mind. Sorry. Much better. 27 points of damage to Drow 2.
Wow, okay.
And 13 damage to the other 2.
What does this look like as it kills Drow number 2, who, by the way, had exactly 27 hit points?
Nice. You basically watch as, once again, Nikos's, robes start to billow around him. These psionic energies creating these glowing purple hues over his eyes. As he reaches forward, there's kind of almost this incorporeal, transparent wave of energy that just sort of creates a shimmer in the world of 30 foot around as perceptions are sort of twisted and contorted. As the Drow is struck by this wave, this like trickle of like this pure white blood sort of pours out of his nose and eyes as that one collapses. The others sort of try to block their ears and their minds from the assault from Nikos.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so yeah, this one just crumples to the ground in a heap, and the other two are clearly hurting. Okay, so... Yep. All right. Very good. That brings us next to Grukvar.
All right. I am going to move up to this D1 Drow, and I don't know if I can squeeze in between Nikos and the statue here, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
Yeah,
With
sure.
An overhand. As I'm running up, I'm going to drop my shield, and I'm going to do an overhand swing with my warhammer.
All right. Go for it.
All right, I rolled a 13.
All right. That is going to miss.
Ooh, okay, that was a big swing, and it was a big miss.
Shoot.
I'm gonna sort of retcon that Velen was beside me here,
Yeah, sure.
and bring her to the side here to cast Hold Person on Drow D1 here.
Okay, yep.
So can I get a Wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm. That is going to be a dirty 20.
That's surpasses
All right.
the DC.
All right. Anything else Villain will do?
I'm just gonna stay put there.
Okay. Excellent. So, one Drow warrior is down. Another warrior still standing. And Dranyaj and the mage in the background. Dranyaj, it is your turn.
Right. I am going to take both axes and swing them simultaneously at Drow 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 20. That's a dirty 20.
Hits.
And a 14.
Also, oh wait, no, does not hit.
Okay. So the first one that hits him is a 11.
All right, 11 damage. Got it.
And then I am going to, for my bonus action, Ghostwater dive up onto this table.
Nice.
So I'm actually leaving my axes behind. And as
Yep.
I land my Ghostwater dive, I'm going to pull out the trident. Because Ghostwater dive allows me to attack once before or after I finish.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack the mage at 21 to hit
That is definitely a hit.
with my trident. And let's see, that would be... Oops, nope, wrong one. Piercing 11. That is not considered a melee weapon, correct?
Correct.
So 11.
Yeah, I think it is actually. A trident is a melee weapon, for sure.
Okay, so then 13 damage to him.
Okay, 13 damage. All right, excellent.
That's piercing.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I mean, he cries out in pain and says, "Ah!" He curses at you in Drow. In Undercommon? I can't remember what that would be.
Drow have Drow sign and undercommon.
Yeah. So yeah,
so
undercommon.
So then the result of that would be from the slashing damage on D1, his speed is again reduced by 10 till
Okay.
the start of the next turn. Nothing for the mage, though.
All right. And here's a question. Do you provoke an opportunity attack when you're using Ghost Water Dive to move out?
I do not.
Okay, cool. All right. That brings us to the Drow. The one that is near you, Dranyaj, the mage, 1, 2, 3, 4, is going to kind of flash into a mist and appears outside, just on the other side of the wall there. And
Everybody can do that.
and it is then going. He is then going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move north that way, and oh, actually, yeah. And then the other one is going to attack with disadvantage. He still has disadvantage, right?
No,
No, he doesn't. Okay.
no, it stops till at the start of my turn each time.
Okay, the other one is going to attack Grukvar, and that is going to hit with his short sword, and he is going to do... Oh, that's the wrong one. That is going to be 1d6. 8 piercing damage to Grukvar, and 8 poison damage as well, as his blade bites into your flesh, and you can feel the poison seeping in through the blade. And then it is going to move out of the way, and you will have an option of making an opportunity attack if you would like to. 1,
I would like to.
3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and make that attack.
Okay. 15.
All right. Not a hit, unfortunately. 18 is the armor class. All right. That brings us to Fizwick and Nikos.
Okay. Fizwick is going to try and move and stealth again.
Mm-hmm.
Going for a stealth check against the wizard.
Yeah.
He gets a 19.
Okay. Yep. You get the impression that Fizwick gets the impression he is hidden.
Alright. And then he's going to try and shoot the wizard for 15 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. And... Alright, that is 26 points of damage from the bow.
Describe to me what it looks like as Fizwick's arrow pierces this drow mage and kills it.
Nice. As Fizwick moves down into the snowbanks, he ducks behind what looks to be a small cornered alcove where the ice sort of curls around. As he does, he takes a few deep breaths to himself as he twists around the corner, but this time kind of spinning down onto his knees. He holds the short bow in a horizontal arc as he pulls it back and fires it. You watch as the arrow flies forward and sort of dips down, barely touching the ground, and then as it kind of hits like a speed, it kind of picks up and strikes upwards against the chest into the center mass of the drow mage, as the mage had no idea where it came from, and just collapses to the ground.
Yeah, awesome. All right. And there's like a wisp of like grayish smoke that kind of like just kind of ascends from the mage's staff as it slams into the ice and kind of shatters. All right. That brings us to Nikos next.
Okay. So Nikos is going to keep this nice and simple. I'm going to reach forward with... Well, I'm going to fly over. 5, 10, 15, 20. Going to fly over here.
Mm-hmm.
And issue a command. And say, kneel.
All right.
Will save.
Yep. Doing it. I rolled a 2. That gives me a 3 total.
He fails. He kneels.
He does.
As he sort of struggles against the compulsion to kneel, Nikos will offer him one chance to surrender. And I will do so in... Now, I know that Drow usually tend to worship, like, infernal or abyssal or stuff like that. So I might try my luck with one, if not both of those languages, if I can.
Yeah, I will roll, and if I get above a 10, the Drow is familiar enough with it. So let's see here. The number is a 7. He does not.
That's fine. So I basically just see something in absolutely a terrifying infernal language.
Yep. Now, does he still kneel? Or
He needs to take his next action to kneel, so that's
Okay.
all he can do in the
Yep.
following round.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. All right. So, the Drow has knelt to the ground, and you do see him struggling, fighting against it, veins in his forehead, just kind of... but he does kneel. All right. That brings us to Grukvar.
Grukvar goes down the stairs, stands beside Nikos, and then says in Undercommon to the Drow, "Will you submit or no?"
He says, "Never." And yeah.
Okay.
Do what you must.
I am going to. I don't know if I can actually. Yeah, I can't move for any further, so I'm just going to fire a. I am going to Toll the Dead.
Okay.
And he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
But I must shave his head.
I rolled another 2. +1 is 3. That's my number for wisdom saving throws tonight.
Okay. Then he takes 18 points of damage.
All right. 18 points, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What does it look like as this Toll the Dead spell kills this Drow?
When I strike my shield with my warhammer, and you can see waves of sound wash over the Drow who's kneeling, but nobody else in the room. Not me, not Nikos is right next to me. Just that individual, and then he just simply drops his weapons, and his face stiffens, and he falls over.
Yeah, just face down right in front of Nikos on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Just large chunks of ice surround these 2 corpses here. And
Does that spell make an audible sound?
I say that it doesn't. No, I
I've
mean,
always wondered that.
unless you are the one who dies.
Oh, okay.
Not to you. You wouldn't hear it.
all right, to the north, you guys do see the large tunnel that heads up, and you do see one more small chamber, empty, nothing of note there.
Is there anything in this room where I'm standing?
Great question. In there,
It looks like there might be bookshelves or something. I don't know. That's too far.
Much of this building has collapsed, but the front room is intact and is also free of ice and frost. The remnants of smashed furnishings suggest that the room once served as a wizard's workshop. Atop a splintered table is a brimstone cube, small enough to hold in one hand. The air around the cube ripples, as it seems to be putting out enough dry heat to warm the room. Yeah.
I pick up the cube and put it in my backpack.
All right.
Is it like... You said brimstone, so pause on the idea of putting it in my backpack. Is it going to set me on fire?
No,
Or
it
is it
simply
just
feels warm. Yeah, it is. It is a thermal cube.
Okay.
I
I
would
do
say
put it in
Nikos or Grukvar could probably identify that pretty easily.
I put it in my backpack, and now I have a warm back.
All right. Cool.
Warm.
Anything else you guys would like to do before we end the session here?
I would like to cast. Wait, what condition is the Drow mage's body in exactly? I don't remember.
He's got an arrow, that's pierced him, and that was the source of death. But other than that, looking a little beat up. But
Okay. I would like to take some incense sticks out of my pack and place them around his dead body, and then cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. Yeah. Before your eyes, you do kind of see this mist kind of swirling about his body, and you can kind of hear this gasp as the remnants of a voice coalesce in the air around your ears. And I'm going to make you wait till the next session to speak to him. That's where we're going to end our session.
Okay.
Can I have picked the pockets of the other two soldiers?
Absolutely.
Do they have money?
Let's see. No.
Dang it.
No money.
Could I? I was gonna say, could I do that before Dronyaj, goes around looting everything?
Well, Dronyaj told me first, so I'll let you each loot one of the Drow warrior corpses.
Well, I more meant while he was exploring the room at the back and getting the cube.
I'll still let you do one while he does the other one.
Very well.
Yeah. So, nothing of note. They each have hand crossbows. They have short swords. And let's see what else here. The Drow warriors. Okay. Hand crossbows, short swords. They each are carrying a shield, wearing studded leather armor. Nothing else of note.
Are their shields better than my piece of crap wooden shield?
No.
Crap.
Standard
Okay.
shield.
You can have everything they have. You walk over and pick up.
I can't carry it, so that's fine.
Oh, shoot.
I am a spellcaster. I was hoping that they'd have drow poison.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'll
You
after looking at.
You would certainly find some poison if exploring the inside of that room. If you're wanting to grab a vial of poison.
I would presume that with Dronyaj there, he would have already searched it.
Yeah,
Probably
sure.
I wouldn't know what it was. All I would know is that the cube was warm, so I wanted it. I mean, like the poisons and potions and stuff have no meaning to me, whatever.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'll go and have a look at the poisons and potions and the like.
Yeah, you definitely find a couple vials of like poison, and you can identify that by its smell probably pretty easily.
Nice.
All right. That is where we're going to end our session. When we resume, we will find out what the Drow Wizard has to say. And I want to thank everyone so much for joining us. We will be playing once again in 2 weeks' time, and that would be on the 17th of January. So we hope you can join us then as we continue our exploration of the Caves of Hunger. As you can see from the map, there's still a bit left to explore if the party chooses to do so. But before we go, I do want to thank Hero Forge once again for sponsoring the stream. And I would also like to draw your attention to some links in the video description for Michael's channel, Dead Aussie Gamer. What you got coming up, Michael? You're kind of returning from a break here.
Yep. I had a 2-week holiday, which this is actually the first game of the year that I've played, so that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be starting off tomorrow. Because we're on the school holidays, we do not have our usual Hero Forge builder on Wednesday morning, but we will be back for Curse of Strahd tomorrow night with our wonderful Patreons as we go through our adventure. They had recently encountered an Elder Brain Dragon, which was donated by our lovely audience. So my group of level 8 heroes were fighting a CR21, which was a lot of fun. And it ended in a way you wouldn't expect. So, you can go check that out if you like. And they're kind of dealing with the fallout from that now. Still looking for a missing student in this hidden land of Barovia and trying to dodge a Mind Flayer dragon. So, yeah.
Wow.
Then usual schedule. We've got another game on Friday, which is an Oriental-themed adventure. Saturday morning, we've got our Lovecraftian horror, and then we should be back with Rise of the Rune Lords once we have a discussion with it. So not this week, but next week. Just Patreon games this week. Yay.
All right. Yeah, very good. Awesome stuff. And I want to also draw your attention to Will's Darksea Workshop if you're looking for some custom. I shouldn't say custom. If you're looking for some very unique and beautiful sparkling dices, go check out his Etsy shop. There's a link in the video description. He's got some good stuff, and he's put a lot of work into those. So check it out. And I'll remind you as well that WASD20 patrons get access to weekly live map drawing streams. The next one is coming up this Wednesday evening at, I think, 8 or 9 p.m. I can't remember. And so I do those once a week for my patrons, just hanging out, working on maps. I get a lot of map commissions and sometimes just do stuff for fun. So that's a great time. And also campaign diaries where you get a little behind the scenes glimpse into this campaign and what it takes for me to prep it, and me kind of reflecting on what went well and what didn't, and just kind of the process of being a dungeon master. Those are every other week. I do one of those in between game sessions, and they're usually about 30 to 40 minutes each. So, that's a fun time too, and patrons can chime in the live stream in the chat. So anything else you guys want to say before we sign off tonight?
No.
So happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, happy New Year. Thanks for hanging with us. We hope your 2022 goes great and starts well. So,
Did we get any more RPG New Year's resolutions?
I didn't see any more beyond the ones that I already said. So anyway, feel free to leave those in the chat. Gaming related New Year's resolutions?
Yeah.
Put them in the chat. All right. We can still enjoy them after we end here. So anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again very soon.